Josephine is more than you ever need. She'll get you in between those silk sheets. Josephine got the taste for the weird old bleed. She's gonna do it so clean. She's got the only girl you ever need. Phantasmic, how the ghost can give you an orgasm. Phantasmic, how the ghost can give you an orgasm. How the fantasy go from your head to the sheets, go from your mind to the streets, go from the whip to the wound that you bleed. Need a Josephine, the only one I ever need. Gonna have to steal away from me. That's not so easy, son, to be. That kind of gunslinger to be. Know I got the aiming on your seat. I don't think you're gonna be believed. And when the cops are carried off the street, said a fam took you down, they're so sweet. Drugstore seems just so mean, and you can't do anything, can't even breathe. Know that she said you're clean in the sheets. How did a phantasm bring you that kind of heat? How did a phantasm bring you to the dream? How did a phantasm bring you that kind of heat? How come the cops got pulling you off the street? Instead that talking to somebody that you can't see. Josephine, more than you ever need. She'll pull you all the same into the world you can't dream. Just can't breathe, Josephine. Kind of woman that you always need. How could a phantasm make it clean? They'll make it so you can't even feel what you wanna be, Josephine. And how did you get to me? Is it just a waking dream? You like it when the boys come off of the street. Phantasm, how the ghost bring you the orgasm. The fatal to the phantasm, the phantasm orgasm. How did she bring you that down? You're hot, harder than hell. It seems you're under this electric spell, and she got you hanging at the church bell. Now the Satan coming for your wealth. Seems like you stole everything from the man. It seems like they're coming down on you, man. It seems you can't gallify that plan. You can't go and leave it on the land. And you're just another grain of sand. And you're just another grain of sand. Josephine, darkest girl you ever seen. Dark ghost on the scene. A phantasm made your guns all clean. And that's a sin. Guns all clean. That's obscene.
episode 81 of our podcast on Anchor. I am the creator of electronic music, and Fan Electric Ghost is our vehicle for the creation of these songs. And we've been doing this music as Fan Electric Ghost for the last, since like 2015. And really started gaining traction when we introduced our lead singer of Josephine Electric. However, there are multiple singers in this band, and Family Electric Ghost is a concept kind of like the Gorillas, where they're characters, and Josephine is a character I created, and I use a vocoder, a Roland VTO3 or a JDXI to create her voice. The Phantom is another character, and he's the producer, and leader of the band from a musical standpoint. He's like the band leader. And then there's Stephanie Ann Windhover, who's Josephine's sister, and they're all ghosts, and they can all kind of transform themselves to physical and ethereal forms. And that's the whole concept of the band, is this group of ghosts that are into music and are creating these expansive sound experiences um, to kind of please the ear. In this particular song, the ghost actually takes the lead, which, there's probably only 20 songs out of our catalog where the ghost actually sings instead of Stephanie or Josephine. And he talks about Josephine. And he basically says, Josephine is an amazing woman, and she's just like beyond compare, and refers to little death and orgasms that you didn't think a ghost could make you orgasm, and the idea you didn't think a ghost could make you come, but that's a little thing we've been doing with Josephine's pretty intense in her character. We've talked about her sadomasochist and dominatrix ways. In this particular song, the Phantom is basically saying to someone that he's talking to, or anybody in the world he's talking to, they you can't steal her away from me, or you're gonna face me on the street. And he's kind of acting kind of like a gang type of character. He's acting like he's gonna get into a gunfight. Typically, I don't go there because I don't really have that kind of gangster rap vibe, but sometimes the Phantom kind of goes there. In some of the songs he sings, he kind of takes this aggressive stance where he has this kind of hip hop rap um, culture. He starts talking about gunplay, and it doesn't always happen, but it just fit this song. And we get to the mechanics of the song. The song is using a Phantom Electric Ghost sample through the Make Noise morphogene that we have in our Eurorack. We have an Arturia Eurorack 60, and we're going to talk about this on our YouTube channel. We're going to do a review of it once we start doing product reviews, when we get our Teenage Engineering OPZ, which I've talked about before. But the morphogene is a revelation in that it can do 3-minute samples, a little over 3 minutes, and it can radically shift and change the sample so you can actually play it like an oscillator. In this example, we have it kind of going a little bit as an atmospheric background, and you can hear Josephine slightly in the background in a kind of muffled backward tape loop that we're using to an effect to have her still in the song but kind of muffled, because Phantom's taking the lead, and it's there in the mix. And then in addition, what we have in this song is the ability of the Arturia Mini Brute 2S to actually do drums, similar to the Drum Brute. The 2S is an awesome drum machine because of the sequencer involved. If you play with some of the waveforms in the sequencer and the two oscillators on the synth with the two LFOs and the multiple ADSRs, attack decay sustain envelopes, you can get very good drums to come through this machine. And so the drum beat is not coming through the DFAM on this particular song. I'm using the Arturia Mini Brute 2S, which is part of our Eurorack solution with the 6U. We've done this a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times on Ghost songs, and we really like the drum effects of this the sequencer in that synth. We think the Arturia Mini Brute 2S is a very nice machine. We never looked at Arturia synths before. We used their sequencers, and we were kind of interested in a Matrix Brute, but Moog has created some products that we've kind of leaned toward going toward the Moog analog synth. But this particular analog synth has become a big part of what we've been doing in the last year. We use it to a lot of effect. We are actually in this song also using Moog Mother 32 linked to a Juno GI to trigger it on the keyboard, and we have it going through the Make Noise more utility module, the Maths module, which what we have is kind of a delayed effect we used on the last song we talked about. We have it so it basically has a little bit of a delay when you hit the note, and it extends the note in a long sustain based on the way we set up the CV and the structure of the sound. We built the tone from scratch, and that's what you can do on an analog synth. So a lot of things that we do as the Ghost, we don't use a lot of presets except on our Juno for like the piano and the guitars. But on our analog synths, the Moog and System 1M and the Arturia Neighbor 2S, we create the tones from scratch. And we've been playing with this kind of delayed tone on the Moog for the last week and the last couple of songs we put out. We like the way it sounds. Trying to like take pictures of the setup we have for it, because it's a little complicated setup. It's a combination of running the CV connections into the math module with some of the actual CV matrix on the mother, plus all the knob per function dials on the mother. So it's a little bit complicated, plus the dials on the Morphogene or as well. And sometimes we have these happy accidents where we're just playing around with how these analog components work, and it creates, I think I've talked about this a long time about the happy accidents. I think when we had a conversation with Alt+Ctrl+K, we talked about a lot of times with analog synths, they can really inspire you, because if you keep on fiddling with them like a mad scientist, you can just come up with new concepts every day. And I think a lot of times you've got to like create a video like diary sometimes with these things, and take pictures of your positions, because if you don't, you will never be able to get back to it, because they're so complicated and there's so many different variations. If you don't take pictures or document in a notebook what you did, it's very hard to go back to it. I've got some Ghost songs that I've done very complicated CV routing on the mother, and I can't get back to it because I didn't take a picture, and I'm kind of frustrated because how am I gonna get back to that? And that's where getting a synth like a Moog 1 or getting a Prophet, being able to save that patch when you have that kind of complicated routing in the matrix that you have on these machines is useful. We do like the System 1M. We're able to save our complicated settings on that machine, and that's kind of a faux analog machine. It's the analog behavior modeling, so that synth can really save the patches, and we appreciate that when we're using it. We do use the System 1M a lot for atmospheric control. We use the Arturia BeatStep Pro to trigger it, and on top of that, we use the Arturia BeatStep Pro. A lot of times we use that with our JDXI for the drum beats, and use chain patterns to create the rhythms. That has been a process we've been using for a while. In this episode, we put in the YouTube video that we created for this song, which we do a lot of, I think we've talked about before that when we create videos for Ghost songs, we kind of use the same concept that we do in creating the music. We use that kind of stream of consciousness that you see in an artist like Sun Kill Moon. And Sun Kill Moon is a great example of stream of consciousness songwriting. Ever since Benji, he's gone deeper and deeper into that type of writing is new release. This is My Diner. Has some of the best stream of consciousness music I've heard in a long time. And it goes, we're big practitioners of that. Our catalog of over 1,700 songs, a lot of it, I would say 95% of it is stream of consciousness recording. And how we operate when we do our live shows on Facebook Live. We do practice that concept. We are now fan supported, and for musicians who actually subscribe to us, we're providing a new concept. If you look at the details on this episode and the last episode, if you're a musician and you subscribe to us at 99 cents per month, we will give you 1 beat per month. If you provide your email address, if you subscribe at $4.99 per month, you get 5 beats per month. At $9.99, you will get kind of like as many beats as you want within reason, and that we'll do a Skype conference call to talk about like crafting what you want. So these are all per month subscription rates, and you would need to, if you subscribe to want to be a musician, to let us know that you want this capability. Use the voice memo feature where you'd have to favorite Phantasmic Electric Ghost, send us a voicemail, send us a little text message through that voicemail system, give us your email address, and then kind of give us the vibe of what you want. But understand that we're the ghost. If you want what we do, you kind of are subscribing to the type of music we create. Now, we will create brand new beats, not beats that we already have or have published, because then we run into copyright issues. But we will create beats, and that's not just subject to our drum machines. We can create full songs, not just 30-second snips or 1 minute snips. We can create that level of capability for you. And if you want original music to rap over or to collaborate with, that's what we're offering through this service. For those who subscribe that aren't musicians, we are providing downloads of our first 3 Phantasmic Electric Ghost albums and CDs to those who subscribe at the higher levels of $4.99 and $9.99 for a sustained period. So, the stipulation on those to get the CD would be you need to subscribe for longer than a month. More likely, you need to subscribe for at least a 3-month period to justify it. So we are looking at continuing that process, and we have a bunch of interviews on our other version of this show that we're going to be scheduling with Araya, and we're going to be talking to Hydra, and we should be talking to Synth Girl at some point. We are very excited again about the OPZ coming, and we'll be doing a full product review on this channel as well as on our YouTube. So looking forward to that. We're a little delayed on getting the roll into Axe Edge. We're making some decisions whether or not we get that or go with getting a more Eurorack modules, which are kind of torn on, or even getting the Neutron from Behringer, which looks like a really good machine, or focusing on a new wireless mic for our live performances. So we're a little torn on a couple of things. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. But going forward, the first thing we know we're getting is the OPC. We know that's coming, and we're going to integrate that into our songwriting capability and go through how we use it going forward. Thank you very much, and hope you keep on. If you're an indie musician, keep on creating your craft. Don't let anybody stop you. If you're an indie fan, support the bands you love by buying their merch, listening to their music on streaming services, and don't rip it without credit. Thanks.